You're listening to The Weekly Chaos, a gaming news podcast brought to you by The Offbeet
and Yaslanagrey.
Hey, look at that. Where each week we go over the changes, mishaps, and news from the gaming industry. I would like to cover this week Mortal Kombat, because the Switch edition. You'll understand. We get to touch back
You'll
on.
understand.
We got to touch back on Unity real quick. We've got some information about Microsoft, and it's Fortnite's birthday, so I figured we'd at least mention that fact. And then,
I guess we can just start with that and get that right out of the way.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Fortnite! You're 6. Congratulations, we did it.
We did it.
I think that's legitimately
new quests.
Like we've got some quests, and there's
unlocked.
There's a cake. Cool. So basically everything they did last time is exactly what they've done this time, just with less slime.
Just now there's a 6 on the bus.
Yeah, now we got a 6, not a 5. Cool. We've progressed somewhere. But that's pretty much that's Fortnite's birthday. Congratulations, Fortnite. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. There we go, done.
It's your party and you'll cry if you want to. If you want to.
But I'd also, as another throwaway topic before we get to the big ones, would like to just have a quick discussion about Apple bringing out a phone that's going to be, and I quote, it's going to be the best game console, which just sounds like a Donald Trump quote.
Amusingly enough, I've actually seen images, not video, mind you, but images of people using the phone almost like a Switch, where they have a plug-in that transmits the video to a larger screen, and they play with a controller. And I'm just looking at it thinking, okay, but how hot does it get?
Can Apple just bring out a gaming console at this point? Would that just be easier? The reason you don't want to carry, you don't want to play it in your handheld phone, because I guarantee you that thing is like a miniature sun in your hand.
Oh yeah, and I'm saying that purely from a design perspective with the Nintendo Switch, in that if you play that thing off the dock, like it gets hot. It gets really fucking hot, especially if you're charging it at the same time. Yeah,
and I mean, if you've ever had a mobile phone in your hand and watched like an hour of video, it's gonna be fucking hot.
Yeah, so ultimately, you take. And this wasn't exactly like an old game either. Like it points in there, like in here, they're just expecting to play like Resident Evil Village and Assassin's Creed Mirage. That is a high requirement for like graphic style, and yet they also want full ray tracing and everything in this shit.
Yeah, like
this phone is literally going to burn everything.
Does this basically just give us the next, like, what was it, the Samsung Galaxy S7 that used to blow up every now and then?
It just explodes.
Is it just the new one where it just blows the fuck up after like 4 hours into a decent 4K gaming session? Like, Jesus Christ.
As I've said, I have not actually seen any video demonstration of this working. I've only seen a screen cap, and I immediately grow concerned just knowing how hot my phone gets.
Yeah, no, like I can't see a way that this works out the way they want it to, but also GG's if you manage to get like full native versions of like Assassin's Creed Mirage into your game, like into your mobile phone. Like that's pretty tops.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you pull it off, congratulations, but yeah, I'm very skeptical.
I'm skeptical as fuck. It's still better than PlayStation 5's new handheld.
Yeah.
Like it still takes the cake. However, speaking of things that are a possibly terrible idea, I see Unity has gone backward on its previously announced payment system for installs. Be a great time to see what happens when they finally actually announce what they're going to do. But I feel like they're going to do that same thing that everyone else does on social media, where they announce something, pull back really hard, and then just don't do it. Like, and don't do anything.
Don't do it.
When they just stop doing anything, full stop. Because, I mean, we've seen that happen with a number of companies where they've been like, oh, we're going to do this. And then they pull it back, and then they just never announce any update on the plan ever moving forward, and nothing ever becomes of it. Which, considering how much of a bad idea it was, it's nice to have a tentative end to this saga, because I don't know about you, but I was worried about that one.
I didn't expect any good to come from the previous plan. Especially with so many developers in response saying that they were just going to literally delete their games and just not even run Unity anymore.
Yeah, that, and like, did they at any point, like, I do wonder if they pulled back because they finally realized that they were going to have to go to war with Nintendo, and that didn't sound like a lot of fun.
That too, yes. I loved that revelation.
Because there is a decent amount of Nintendo games that are built in Unity.
Yeah, a lot of Nintendo games run on Unity, and Nintendo has the most aggressive legal team known to man.
Yeah. I mean, heck, Kirby's named after the original. But yeah, I mean, that at least seems to be capped. So at least for now, if there are any updates, I'm sure we'll bring them up next week or the week after. But this is the 19th of September, 18th of September, they brought this up. So that's more than a few days since then. So I guess we'll keep an eye on that one.
Excellent.
All right, let's get to big feature number 1, Mortal Kombat 1 Nintendo Switch version. Now, I would just like to quickly bring up, before we dive into the Switch insanity, that someone in chat has said that I've potentially brought in celebrities to cover voice lines, potentially due to strike activity. So what you want to do with that information and what research you want to put into it yourself is up to you. However, back to the insanity. I don't understand how you can bring out a game on a console that does, well, this. I'm just going to bring it up a bit full screen, but like he loses all definition and that's just the start. Like, the animations are so different, and then you've got like there are fights in here where you can't even get on the same XY axis because apparently they just didn't code that in very well. So occasionally you just wander off into wrong directions. I feel like we missed something here. I don't understand how badly you can fuck up a game that you end up on the wrong XY axis.
For peace of mind to those who are concerned over whether or not we were going to support that, we are not here to support with this article. We are here to literally tear it a new asshole.
Yes. There is not support here in that aspect. I do love some of the memes that are coming out of it, being like, you know, your Omni-Man from PlayStation 5 to Nintendo Switch version.
That was a good one. That was a really fucking good one.
I love the fact that the internet has just taken it and done exactly what the internet needed to do with it, which was to make it ridiculous. This is almost as good as 19 inches of Sonic Venom.
19 inches of Sonic, you say?
I don't know where Sonic came from, but hey, look,
let's not get into that, please.
It would be nice if someone would bring out Sonic as the 19 inches this time. But yeah,
we don't need this. The world does not need this.
No, but yeah, like I don't understand how you bring out a game that looks like this. But on top of that, I don't understand how you bring out a game trailer with a chunk of footage that has a Steam achievement in it.
Oh yeah, that which just goes to show that they weren't even using Switch footage for the Switch advertisement.
Right? I mean, look, like there's a half a possibility that they game captured their Switch to take the footage. I'll accept that. The Steam achievement tells me no, because the achievement's for the game. So like clearly they decided this was a terrible idea, and even the people capturing the content for the trailer, which I'm gonna guess is probably part of the dev team somewhere, basically just went, you know what? No, it's terrible. Can I just play it on the computer with my ray tracing and my good graphics, please? And some higher up official went, sounds good. Yeah, and some higher up official went, that's a good plan. And then nobody ever fixed the issues with the Switch. But yeah, I love the fact that this, like, them having a Steam achievement in the trailer for the Switch release, not, you know, footage for the Switch release or anything like that. It's part of, I believe, the gameplay trailer for Nintendo's, like, on the Nintendo YouTube channel.
To my knowledge, the trailer itself has been pulled by Nintendo And I'm curious if Nintendo themselves knew that this was not actually gameplay footage.
I feel like probably not. You know what? I'm gonna quickly have a look and see if I can find the Mortal Kombat thing, because that said it was still up as of the 20th of September. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing nothing. So
yeah, I'm curious if Nintendo themselves knew that they weren't actually getting gameplay footage from their own fucking console.
Imagine if they didn't. Imagine if at no point did anybody like say anything and we're just like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, here's your footage. Put it on your channel. Advertise it. It'll go great.
Did nobody watch before release? Did the edit it went to your editing team and then it went to your production team and they went, it looks fine, and just never bothered to watch it back? Is that what happened?
Right.
Like, because apparently you just missed it somewhere.
Yeah, how does that just get there and then no one say a word?
Yeah, like it has to go through so many steps to get released. Nobody noticed the bottom right corner where a thing that doesn't exist on that console turns up.
And even still, like, whether or not they would have noticed that that's there, it clearly makes the whole thing false advertising because it's not the system intended that is being used to advertise.
Yeah. I don't know. It's vaguely ridiculous. Speaking of vaguely ridiculous, did you read the list of things that the Destiny 2 cheater got charged with and banned from doing afterwards?
Yeah, I did. I fucking did.
So as a quick recap, Destiny took legal action against someone convicted of cheating in their game. Or Bungie did, in cheating in Destiny 2.
Which, from what I understand, like the cheating itself was just like an overlay, like some kind of like UI overlay or something.
Yeah, they basically
and then they just didn't take the L. They just kind of kept trying with different accounts and shit, and now they're no longer allowed to play any Bungie game ever.
Yeah,
after they took it into the real world with death threats and stalking and shit.
Yeah, so basically the ultimate end game of the charge of the what they've been charged with, sort of what damages they owe and what they're not allowed to do moving forward, is they've been charged with $300,000 in statutory damages for copyright infringement, which was the weirdest way to go about getting this person to fucking stop, because they basically claimed that the overlay they were using is an infringement of copyright law. With an additional $200,000 owed for 100 acts of ban circumvention at $2,000 per ban. So they recreated 100 different accounts to continue doing the same shenanigan.
Over and over.
And then they're also not allowed to interact with any cheat software that may affect Bungie-owned properties, which is the tip of the iceberg, but it is a very weird concept just as a sentence. Interact with any Bungie-owned game assets. They're not allowed to interact with any Bungie game whatsoever. So I don't know how you're going to police that one, but apparently they're not allowed to play anything. They're not allowed. They've been banned from harassing Bungie employees, which shouldn't need to be
or anyone that plays a Bungie game.
Yeah, or anybody that plays a Bungie game. I just want to know, right? So, in the terms of harassing someone who's playing a Bungie game, if he walks down the street and he looks in someone's window and someone's playing Destiny 2 on their like Xbox or something, or whichever console,
or on their iPhone 15,
yeah, or their iPhone 15, and he goes up to the window and goes, "It's Destiny." Is that counted?
It might.
How much does he owe if he fucks it up? And then I don't understand why harassing anybody had to be banned, but you know, like what like isn't that just a standard don't do it? Traveling within 1,000 feet of any Bungie offices, which is fair. 1,000 feet's not actually that bad. Or knowingly travel within 1,000 feet of any homes or apartments occupied by Bungie employees. Which is just buck fucking wild.
It's crazy how adamant he was to stand his ground. Take the fucking loss, dude.
Like, dude, you got caught. Chill the fuck out. He's 17 years old at the time, by the way. He was 17.
Caught 100 fucking times.
Yeah, you're frozen. Oh, there you go. You're moving again. Yeah. He was 17 when it was first filed a year ago.
Hell of a choice to just literally fuck your life over at 17.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess to some degree, it's, you could say like, oh, well, fucking kid stuck to his guns. You know, there's something admirable about that kind of determination, but at the same time, not like this.
Yeah, there are better options, bud. Speaking of fucking your life over, why did Elon Musk decide it was a good idea to bring a 200-year-old gun to a recording for Cyberpunk 2077?
I'm not sure.
Because I understand he did it to I don't know, freak out his ex-girlfriend. Like that was
I don't know if this is a recent event or if this is just stuff that's coming forward because of all of because I think there's like a biography or something that's being written about him now. But I just figured because it involves cyberpunk, it was sort of gaming news and just something that people are just now finding out about. Which is why I'm touching on it very briefly, because I don't understand. Excuse me. It just in the midst of recording her lines, he just apparently just fired the gun in the air.
Yeah, or why he thought it was a good idea to just walk in with a replica flintlock that he keeps apparently on his bedside table.
Well, from what it says in the article, it's believed he just wanted a cameo, and I guess he got it.
It's got to be the weirdest thing to have on your bedside table, though, is a replica flintlock from 200 years ago.
I mean, you're ready to kill exactly one person if they break into your house.
Yeah. You can exactly fire one shot and hope that it matches to do what you can do. But that was his ex-girlfriend, Grimes, whose first name I don't remember off the top of my head right now. What is her first name?
Grimes isn't even her name.
They just call her Grimes for the fuck of it?
Grimes is because when she had a MySpace profile as an artist, she was allowed to choose her genre. And she didn't know what her actual genre was, so she put Grimes grime 3 times, and so she's Grimes.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. So it's a stage name. Gotcha. I honestly didn't look into that, but Claire Boucher, perhaps. But Grimes. Cool. Well, cool. I'm glad you and I had the same thought on that, which was why.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. All right. Well, on to otherwise, Microsoft have made a couple of headlines this week. One being the congratulations, you managed to leak all of your own files. Yeah, like yeah, look, Microsoft, if somebody's gonna leak your files, I'd rather it were you. Like,
I just love the part. I just love the part where they were all full ready to blame the FTC, and they're like, and the judge is like, "No, you did that.
Yeah, like,
that was in the file. That was in the files that you sent me, dude."
Yeah, like, congratulations, you sent this. You sent the link that went to your entire database. Thank you very much for being so stupid.
Which supposedly, according to it, they're getting a remaster of Oblivion and Fallout 3.
I've heard that a few times now. I'm not sure where that was in there, but I've heard a lot about a remaster of Oblivion, and I wasn't sure about Fallout 3, but I have heard that as well since this. So I'm guessing yes. Because I mean,
if it's in their own documents, it's the shit that they're working on. I think it's more or less confirmed.
Yeah,
in the most unexpected way.
Actually, I think I sent you a trailer for Oblivion remaster because I remember you questioning why not Morrowind.
You probably sent me a trailer for Sky Oblivion, which was the fan mod where they took all of Oblivion and did it inside of Skyrim for higher end graphics.
That's entirely possible. I do remember, because I just remember you questioning why not Morrowind, but I don't remember
because Morrowind was better.
Yeah, which is why everybody's been like, why are we remastering Oblivion when we could just remaster Morrowind and it would be better? And on top of this, Microsoft also didn't think Baldur's Gate 3 was going to be as big as it was and just kind of missed out a little bit.
It's saying it was going to be a Stadia PC RPG.
Yeah, like they really did not have a lot of faith in it. And yeah, just straight up missed the ball on that one, which considering BG3 is great. And it's great enough that Larry and themselves managed to get the original voice acting cast to roleplay their own characters in a D&D session, which might be my favorite fucking synopsis. And I apparently
I'm sure that it's going to be absolutely hilarious.
I definitely need to experience this when I see it. But apparently, yeah, Microsoft just dropping the ball a little bit harder in the last like week or so than they have done recently.
They hired a juggler, but they didn't realize until the juggler arrived that he was missing 5 fingers.
Yeah, like they hired the juggler that they 100% should have just anticipated was going to fuck him out somewhere. And last but not least, and the main reason that I'm focusing on this is because my question is why? And because that's been the question for the last like 4 articles, I figure it works quite well. Why did we decide that we absolutely had to find a way to steal all of the clothes off NPCs in Starfield?
Well, it's a common trick in any Bethesda game that NPCs oftentimes will have outfits that you can never have access to, unless if you're willing to cheat the game. The instance that people discovered, for instance, in Fallout 3 was that if you took power armor and reverse pickpocketed onto people, the game had a innate need to consistently have the best gear equipped. So they would take off their custom clothes to put the power armor on, which you could then pickpocket off of them afterwards. In order to look cool because of these outfits that only NPCs can wear, you always find a workaround.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seemed like a vaguely questionable point in the fact that like we're out here working really, really hard to steal clothes off of NPCs, but I'm thinking that makes perfect sense. Thinking about the various reasons.
I just love that the whole concept is you kill an NPC, manipulate another NPC to take their clothes, and then kill the second NPC because the clothes are now a lootable item on their corpse.
Yeah, which effectively means that could you not have just like, I don't know, I'm assuming you can't just steal the clothes off them when they're dead anyway, because obviously in Skyrim you could just pickpocket off them while they're alive if you were good enough. I'm assuming you couldn't just loot them beforehand, but apparently other NPCs can loot clothes off of each other, which seems like a weird distinction. You can only steal people's clothes if you're an NPC.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the premise to steal clothes in every Bethesda game, but there's always a workaround. And whenever it is found, people are always like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess that about brings us to the end of our variously based coverage for this evening. But thank you for sticking around. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on whatever platform you happen to be on. I'm sure Offbeat's about to do something exceptionally entertaining.
It didn't happen.
Exactly.
Don't worry about the ghosts. They're not real.
I just want to point out that your mouth did not move that entire time you spoke. But yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. Give it a like, a comment, feedback, whatever, all those things. I just said whatever far too many times. And we will catch you next week. Oh, sweet Jesus, what is going on with your webcam?
That's an excellent question.
You are doing the offbeat jiggle.
Make it stop.
See, I don't have any visible context as to why you're that far down. Oh, sweet bejesus. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it's doing it again.
Oh, good.
Okay. Oh God. What are you? Jesus Christ. You're smiling the whole time and it's terrifying.
Welcome. Welcome to the horror games. Discord just having a baby? What's happening here?
No, I think this might be camera related. Is it doing this in OBS?